Hey y'all, GD here with another episode of Flash Update. On today's episode, we're going to be going over some official and unofficial news from Sega and the Mass Effect team. We're going to talk about the slew of video game releases last week, including Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy, the Definitive Edition, and its weird comparisons to the failure that was Cyberpunk. We're also going to go over a bit of Bethesda news on Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6, as well as this week's top video game news coming up this week. But before we even start, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you like what I'm doing here and what we're doing at Bars and Joysticks. We post videos almost every day of the week, and we're heading towards a goal of 500 subscribers by the end of 2021. Let's start. Let's start off with some speedy headlines here. This past week, 2 teases came out for upcoming titles. First, November 7th, a day that's kind of holy for Mass Effect fans and BioWare. They released a new teaser for their upcoming Mass Effect title, and it looks like there's a ship here that probably is a ship we're going to be using near a crater. And fans are saying that the crater is Geth, which alludes to the return of the synthetic life form from the Mass Effect series. In similar yet unofficial news, Sega trademarked the title Sonic Frontiers, which has many sources saying that it might be an open world Sonic game. This might be tied to Sonic Rangers, which was a title teased back in May of this year, but there is little to no confirmation on any of these things. As a person who spent many years playing Sonic Adventure on the Sega Dreamcast, I'm excited to see what happens here with this. Get your wallets ready, y'all, because the holiday season is coming up, and Nintendo just announced their Black Friday specials, which includes many things, but among them, a lot of their first-party titles are coming down from $60 to $39.99, including The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Maker 2, Paper Mario the Origami King, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, as you can see in the screenshot here, Fire Emblem Three Houses, and many more games. So bear with me as I struggle to pay for my things while I buy a lot of these games. Yeah, they're offering a lot more, but for that, go ahead and slide by the link in the description to check out what else they have. Last week, NeoWiz and Round 8 Studio revealed some early alpha gameplay of Lies of P, which is drawing comparisons to Bloodborne and other Souls-like games. This is an adult retelling of the Pinocchio story, and God almighty, it looks really friggin' dope, and I want to see a lot more of this game in the future. Moving on to some of our bigger headlines of the week, Bethesda's upcoming sci-fi epic Starfield will allow you to choose your pronouns. Bethesda's creative director Todd Howard said on a Reddit AMA that you will be able to choose between he, she, or they, and all dialogue in the game will accommodate for it. You'll also be able to choose your character's background and skills. Again, this is another example of video game companies going above and beyond to allow customization of your character to the fullest. He also mentioned that the game will also have full mod support like any other Bethesda title, thankfully. Do you hear that, Rockstar? Last week, in an interview with IGN, Howard also talked a bit about the much anticipated Elder Scrolls 6, in which he mentioned that it is still in the pre-design phase. He tells us that the company prioritized Starfield because, as you can see in this screenshot from the interview, it was now or never for the company that wanted to do this for a while. With the relaunch of Skyrim Anniversary Edition a few days ago and the strong life of the Elder Scrolls Online, honestly, there's no hurry for Elder Scrolls 6. I can wait a lifetime for this game and for Starfield, and I know that they will be freaking amazing despite their little glitches here and there. I can wait, it's fine. Take your time, y'all. We don't want another Cyberpunk happening. Now that we mentioned Skyrim, let's go over some of last week's video game releases. Skyrim's 10-year anniversary was on the 11th of November, and the anniversary edition that came out that day has received mixed reviews, mostly positive. It's Skyrim, it's a perfect, great game. It looks like one of the complaints, though, was that some of the mods stopped working, but a patch has supposedly been released already to make them a little bit more compatible. Forza is out too, and some folk are talking about it being a contender for Game of the Year, which is pretty wild because car games are often overlooked when it comes to Game of the Year awards. It's received a 91% from Metacritic, and honestly, if I had the dough, I would buy an Xbox Series X or S and play this game a ton. Shin Megami Tensei 5 also came out this week, and for it being such a niche series, reviews from series veterans like OJ at Player Essence and newcomers like RGT85 are saying that it is a fantastic game. IGN gave it an 8 out of 10, and our very own Paco is saying it is straight fire of a game. He's releasing actually a video this Wednesday that should be showing up around here in the screen, in this side over here, when it comes out. Now on to our last bit of news. The GTA Trilogy that came out last week, 2 on all consoles, is drawing comparisons to Cyberpunk due to its vast number of visual glitches, weird character models, massive frame rate drops, and just straight out weird shenanigans. Let's look over here at some screenshots of the game over at Nintendo Life. As you can see here, some of the character models have definitely changed, and I don't know if it's for the better. They actually look kind of weird. In this case here, we have a face that looks like a weird toddler Pinocchio type thing. This is a character called Denise, and I'm showing you right now also a comparison between the original game, the definitive edition, and some player mods that actually made the character and many characters in the game look way better. Here's another one of old Reese, the barber man. He looks, everything looks really bizarre, and this really interesting character going on here. The game also has a bunch of really strange glitches, like the rain being going up. The fog has been removed from San Andreas, making it seem super not great. And there's some really weird also game-breaking bugs where just shadow cars show up and blast you into space. This is super upsetting for a lot of fans, and even the PC version was pulled because it seems like the game also still includes the very hot coffee minigame, which was a spark of huge problems a few years ago. It's a minigame with a lot of sexual content that was part of the code of the game but was blocked off originally, and some modders uncovered it and made it playable for people. Maybe people with GameShark could see it too. It caused havoc on the company a few years back, and they even had to pull the game from stores back then and give it an adult-only rating. This is for San Andreas, by the way. Folk also uncovered that the tracks that were supposed to be taken off of the game due to licensing issues are still in there, just inaccessible to most players. Despite all this mess, a lot of people are having a good time playing the game, and let's hope that a patch comes out to fix most of these things, because this is a huge letdown, and it's truly bizarre that a company with so much money is fucking up like this. Now on to this week's news. Xbox 20-year anniversary is today, and at 1 p.m. Eastern time they will have a live stream, but don't get too excited. There are going to be no video game reveals on this. It's just a trip through memory lane of 20 years of video game history. Also tomorrow, the Game Award nominations are coming out at noon, and this is pretty big moment for video games, of course, every year, and I hope that Forza 5 and Metroid Dread get some love. Finally, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl coming out this week on the 19th. The game already leaked, and it was a bit of an unfinished mess that will receive a mandatory day 1 update, but let's hope that it exceeds fans' expectations, because times are rough for Game Freak, and I hope that they have the spirit to come out with a really good Pokemon Legends Arceus next year. That's it for last week's news. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, check out other videos that we have, and check us out on social media. We are posting a bunch of stuff on Twitter every single day. Peace.